Say the word. Say the word. All right, we're good to go. We got mics turned on. All right, good deal. Howdy, everybody. Alan Warren here, and we are doing something for the first time on tonight's Facebook Live. We are actually simulcasting on YouTube as well as Facebook. So hopefully we have punched all the right buttons and we're doing everything the right way, right? Right, Goose? All right, so here's the deal. Here, you're going to be our model here in just a second when I mention it. You're watching the RV Show USA. The RV Show USA is a syndicated, nationally syndicated radio program, runs on Saturdays and Sundays, but we record the show live. We don't do any editing. We record the show live every Wednesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. It's a 2-hour radio program. You get to see behind the scenes. We don't do any editing. And in the commercial breaks, we don't run commercials. So you're going to see Goose, which is my producer, and me sitting here, and we'll yak with you guys. And if you have any questions or comments about the show, about our guests, feel free to post them here on the Facebook page. Goose is holding up one of the T-shirts. We're going to be giving away a couple of shirts tonight for you folks in Facebook. We can't do it for our YouTube audience, but for our Facebookers we can. The way you win the T-shirt is you start posting. Make sure you like our page. First thing we want you to do is like the video and like our page. And then just begin posting during our 2-hour broadcast. If you like what you're hearing, let us know where you're watching from, where you're listening from, and participate in the conversation. At the end of the show, we pick out some numbers. I've got a real fancy hopper here, but we've got some numbers that are written down, a whole bunch of them on bunches of pieces of paper. And we pick out a couple of those numbers and we show them to the camera. Now, after the show, that would be to both you guys. That would be to the Facebook camera here. When we finish the show and we post it, you need to come back and go to real-time comments. Okay, come back to the video, go to real-time comments, scroll forward until you get to the time where we actually held up the times. It could be 25 minutes and 12 seconds. Any time in a 2-hour window. And if you had a post that is closest to that time without going over, you're going to win a T-shirt. All right? We got some great gifts we're working on for probably the next 2 weeks. We'll be having some really cool stuff to give away. So anyway, got a great program for y'all tonight. We are in the pre-show show. This is where we do a little bit of prep work, make sure that everything's working okay. How's the mics? Let me see what mics
so far, so good.
We go live at exactly 6 minutes after the hour. We're going to be talking with sister number 1. I'm not going to tell you very much about her. You got to hold on. This lady she's amazing, and she's with a group called Sisters on the Fly. And I think that she's helped so many women all across this country feel good about themselves and good about life and good about being a woman. And I'm going to let Maurrie Sussman tell everybody about it. She's going to be with us for the entire first hour. Then hour number 2, we're going to talk about satellite TV systems and RVs. Sounds like a simple topic, right?
No, it's anything but.
Not simple, but we've got a guy that's going to kind of unravel it for us and make it easy for everybody to understand. Then we're going to run out west to Colorado for our destination of the week, and they have been kind enough to give us a really special deal. So if you subscribe to our newsletter, it's a free online newsletter at thervshowusa.com. We will automatically send you a coupon for a substantial discount to this week's feature destination. And every time we have a feature destination, you're going to get a discount coupon. Sometimes it's a free stay coupon. And you are automatically entered to win any of the gear that we give away when you're on our email list. Plus, if you RV in Texas, if you are thinking about RVing in Texas, we've got some travel guides that are absolutely free. They're like 4-color magazine, 150 pages, more than 100 RV parks and resorts in it. If you travel in Texas, you need this guide, and best of all, it's free.
So I have a question for you.
Yep.
If you RV in Texas, do you have to have a fiddle in the cab?
He can't help himself, folks.
I can't. It's a disease.
But if you would like one of these free guides, it's compliments of our friends at AGS Publications. We're going to start the show here in about 1 minute and 15 seconds. Make sure when you subscribe to our online newsletter, the very last question is, hey, you want one of these things mailed to you? If you click yes, give us your address. We forward that to our friends at AGS, and they will get one of the mail to you. Promise you, if you like to camp in Texas and RV in Texas, you will want one of these free guides. You can thank me later. All right, what else we got? Remember, make sure you post. Start posting right now, and you could win these T-shirts. Where are we? Am I on the right page here? We got 45 seconds, kids. And I guess I got to get to our Facebook page. You want to get our first get? Oh, I think that's what he's doing. There we go. We got a few people watching. How y'all doing? Don't tell me that phone number doesn't work.
Oh, it worked. Somebody's picking up.
Hey, Maurrie, if you're watching, here's the phone number. You need to call in. I cannot get to my phone. It's 855-296-7469. 855-296-7469. You got to call us.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today. Come on, America. Let's hit the road. So many things to see, so many places to go. Freedom and fun go hand in hand when you're rolling in your RV across this great land. So buckle up now. What do you say? The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
It's time for the RV Show USA with Alan Warren, the RV guy, and America's only radio show about the RV lifestyle. If you enjoy travel, fun, and adventure, well, welcome aboard, everybody.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, so how is it possible to work out for 30 days and hit the treadmill hard? You start feeling that burn after 30 days, and then, as they say, you fall off the wagon for 3 days, and you lose everything that you worked for 30 days. How does that happen? Well, that is exactly what happened to me. It was a gorge fest this last weekend for the Super Bowl, and I kind of had a carbohydrate overdose, and so now I'm back on the treadmill, and it's going to take me another 30 days to get rid of the lard that I put around my belly. If you want to watch, now I did a video, a couple of Facebook Live videos, and you can find them on our Facebook page, of those appetizers. They are delicious, but I got to warn you that if you try those recipes, you are going to gain weight. And get this, if you watch the video, you're going to probably gain at least a pound just by watching the video. Yeah, these things are that good. So anyway, that's on the RV Show USA Facebook page. So howdy again, everybody. I'm Alan Warren, the RV guy, and we got some really good stuff coming your way over the next 2 hours. Hopefully we've got a guest on the line. How we doing, Goose? Not yet. I'm getting the signal that not yet. In hour number 2, we're going to be talking about satellite TV systems for RVs. Now, it sounds like a simple subject, right? I mean, how hard could that be? Well, I wish it was. Now, the good news, there is some good news, is that the technology today has, it's come so far that there are a lot of great options on rigging out your RV for satellite TV. The bad news? Well, there's a lot of options for rigging out your RV with satellite TV. But we do have the satellite TV expert scheduled, and he's going to break it down for us and make it real easy for us to understand. And that's going to be starting out hour number 2. And then we're still working on getting our guest. I wonder what's happening here. I'm getting a whole bunch of Facebook messages, but I just can't get to them while I'm on the air. So anyway, Maurrie, if you get an opportunity and you can call us, let me give you the phone number. And folks, if you know anything about, I know some of you do, Sisters on the Fly, you can call and be a part of the show, because this entire hour we're going to be talking about this group of women called Sisters on the Fly. Our phone number here is toll-free, 1-855-296-7469, 1-855-296-7469. And so that'll get you right in. Goose is looking for the phone number. Man, isn't this great? Right there. There's your phone number. That's what I'm telling you. You made the mistake, not me this time. Most of the time I write down the numbers wrong, but I think he did it this time. Anyway, let me go back to tell you about hour number 2. At the bottom of hour number 2, we're going to run out to Colorado. It's called the La Junta KOA. It is in southeastern Colorado. It's La Junta is the Spanish word for the junction. It's sort of where the mountains meet the prairies, and it's rich with history. In fact, this used to be one of the hottest areas in the country for a long time ago for buffalo traders, for the fur trade. And it was Indian land, and it was the wild, wild west. In fact, La Junta is still a little tiny town, but I'm a history buff, if you will. I love the Wild West and history of the West. And a guy named Bat Masterson, if anybody has ever heard that name, he was one of the very first U.S. Marshals to be there in La Junta. So anyway, we've got the La Junta KOA on with us. As I said, Bat is long gone, but Brad Patterson is not. And Brad owns the La Junta KOA, and he's going to be talking with us about it. And we've got a special deal for y'all who have subscribed to our online newsletter, where you can get a coupon to stay there at a substantial discount. So you can subscribe at thervshowusa.com and hit subscribe. All right, so we got 1-855-296-7469. I think we just may have sister number one on the line with us. Do we have her? Tell me. Talk to me there, Goose. We got her. Hey, sister number one, is that you?
I'm here.
Well, good. Well, welcome. A little late, but we've got the whole hour to visit. So Maurrie, I know that you are sister number one. How many sisters do you have? I don't know if I've ever heard of somebody with as many sisters as you have, Maurrie.
Well, we're getting pretty darn close to 10,000.
Now, that's a bunch of them.
That's a lot of sisters.
Now you head up, and you are one of the co-founders of a group called Sisters on the Fly. And tell us about it, if you would, please.
I will. It was about 1997 that my sister and I, decided that because we were always very active in the outdoors with our parents, and we went camping and fishing and all kinds of fun stuff. And all of our friends wanted to go with us every time we went somewhere. So my son, who is our fly fishing outfitter, Austin Lauder is his name. He said he was going to school in Bozeman, Montana, because I'm up in Montana, and he said, I want to take you fly fishing. So he did. And it was the most magical thing I ever did. Loved it. And so I called my sister and said, oh, my gosh, this is the most fun. We need to do this and bring our girlfriends. And that's how it started.
And so it started just, I guess it wasn't a business plan. It was just started with your passion. You fell in love with fly fishing, had never done it before. You're a grown woman, and standing there in a river in Montana, this whole idea came to you.
That's exactly what happened. And so my sister came. She came up, and she lives in Idaho, so she came up, and my son took us fishing, and we were on the Madison River, if you're a fisherman, but that's like one of the great spots. And we had a cooler, and in the cooler, we packed fabulous lunches because we like fabulous food, and also fabulous wine because we like fabulous wine. So he taught us how to fish, and when you're with a guide, they teach you how to fish, and you learn how to fish. And we fished, and we just had the best day. It was just gorgeous. And we were, floating on down by Ted Turner's place, and the buffalo were out, and the eagles were flying, and life was good, and we were having the best time. And, when we got tired of fishing, we stopped and opened up the cooler and pulled out the wine and said, okay, we're going to have a break. And my son, who is a male, he says, but there's more fish to catch. And we said, we don't care. And that's how the second part of our adventure started. It was going to be our way. We wanted to learn to fish our way, which means that we were going to watch the eagle, the bear, the buffalo. We were going to fish, catch fish. We put them back. We catch and release. And it was the most glorious day.
So it had nothing. What I'm hearing is it had nothing to do with how many you caught or how big they were. It was the environment that you were in.
It was the most awesome, perfect thing. So then we started by inviting a bunch of girlfriends to come, and then just word of mouth goes and goes and goes, and And I happen to have a degree in entrepreneurial business, so it was pretty easy for me because I always had my own little businesses just to kind of take off with it and put it in some form of shape. And we started inviting girlfriends. But the way that we had the sister numbers, are you ready for that one or not?
Well, sure. Well,
we numbered them all.
Go ahead.
But we can take a break from that, and you can ask me something else, and we can get back to that, because that's a fun story, too.
Well, so here's what we've got. We've got 4 segments, and because we started a little bit late, we only have about a minute left in this segment, but we have plenty of time. And my hope is that we can touch so many of the people that are listening to the show, that are watching on social media. I think that what you do, to me, it's so much, it's not about fishing. It's about... Well, I'm going to let you talk about that in our next segment. And I know that it started out with that beautiful day on the Madison River up there in Montana, but it has turned into so much more. So you're here for the rest of the hour, right?
I am. I'm right here. I'm sorry that it was late. I was waiting for you to call me, but I guess I had to call you. Well, didn't matter. Well,
good. Okay, we have a problem here sometimes with a little bit of dyslexia, I think, on getting the phone numbers wrong. Anyway, we have got connected. Hang on, Maurrie. Folks, we've got Maurrie Sussman on the line. She is an amazing woman with Sisters on the Fly. She is known by people all over the country simply as Sister Number 1. And we're going to talk about what Sisters on the Fly has turned into over the last almost 20 years, and where it might be going in the future. This is the RV Show USA. I want to take a minute and do a little bragging.
All right,
so we got both of them unplugged. Okay, I think you knocked that one off.
Did I?
Oh, guarantee. You better run around to the other side. No, that's the YouTube one. All right, folks, so sorry for getting a late start. This is the RV Show USA, and we've got a great program lined up the rest of the hour. No technical difficulties. Again, we have Sister Number 1 on the line with us. If you have any experience with Sisters on the Fly, any questions for Maurrie, feel free to post them, and I promise I'll do my very best to get to them. Again, the RV Show USA is a nationally syndicated radio program. This show we do live, no editing. And the show is going to actually run over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday in stations all across the country. And we are giving away some prizes tonight. We've got some T-shirts that if you post comments, there's no way we can cheat, no way y'all can cheat. So they're good-looking T-shirts. They got our place, Big Chief RV Resort, on the back, and the RV Show USA logo on the front. And all you got to do is start posting comments, questions. Make sure you like our page, like the video, and if we send you an invite, accept the invitation. Right, Goose? How are we looking? You look a little flustered over there.
Okay.
Not at all. All right, so what we got? Jackie says, best thing I've ever done is to join these ladies. Jimmy, you're watching. A lot of people watching online. We got Sherry and Jackie and Jose and Mike and Steve and Jeff. How's Jeff doing?
I think Jeff
All right,
is
so we're in a
good.
commercial break. We'll come back in about 2.5 minutes. What's going on, Goose?
I'm staying back here so that way I can, without jostling stuff.
Yeah. So because we're simulcasting
We have
our
a lot of
YouTube
moving
channel-
parts today.
Do what?
We have a lot of moving parts today.
Yes, we do. More than normal. Yes, we do. All right. So if you don't have,
Facebook.
well, if you don't have Facebook, you're not watching us on
Yes,
Facebook.
Well, but if you watch us on the YouTube.
We got the YouTube channel going too. So YouTube's got to do, what do they call it? YouTube Live.
YouTube Live.
So we're doing YouTube Live as well, and we're going to start doing that hopefully every single week. I saw we had RV Nana on a little bit ago. Let's see, what else we got? I don't know, what kind of questions y'all have? First time viewer from Ohio. Hey, Dave. And Jenny.
Hey, let me know when we have.
Jenny, I'm going to tell your story in this next segment if my mouse will work.
Let me know when we're at 20.
We're at 1936.
Okay, so I got about another minute.
All right, so here's the way this works. It's a two-hour radio program. We take breaks, hard breaks. So when the music comes up, that means we got to wrap it up, or else we get cut off by the network. We're in a commercial break now, so we get a chance to visit with you guys and talk about the giveaways and talk about our newsletter and so forth. And then We come back in exactly 1 minute now.
Okay.
So we're at 20 minutes.
30 seconds.
Then we got a 9-minute segment coming up with sister number 1.
Tell me when we're at 1930, please.
I will. I'm going to start it off by reading this comment, I think, bringing it up, and because, there's so much to talk about with Maurrie and Sisters on the Fly. If you listen, we're at 25, 26, 27.
Okay, well, I'm going to plug it in at 30.
You're 30 right now.
Okay.
About just for participating. Now you can listen to the full theme song and practice on our website, thervshowusa.com. thervshowusa.com. Look over on the right side, click, listen, practice, and call in. Toll free 1-855-296-7469.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, 1-855-296-7469. We'll get you in. You can talk with this hour's guest, Maurrie Sussman, co-founder of a group called Sisters on the Fly. Maurrie, what's the 1 or 2 or 3 most common questions you get from folks about Sisters on the Fly?
Well, I think that what they think we are, first of all, they think we're nuns because it's sisters. Then they think we're pilots because it's on the fly.
Yeah.
And then they want to know what our husbands think when we do all this stuff. So those are the questions we get a lot of questions about.
So, and you're not sisters, and you're not pilots.
Well, some are pilots, and we do have some that used to be sisters, so we have a gamut that we run, and we don't ask husbands, so we don't care.
So what are the rules? I've read them online. I love it. Tell everybody what the rules are if you want to become a member of, I guess, the sisterhood or Sisters on the Fly. What are your rules?
Our rules are no men, but we have guides that are men, and I mean, so it's not like we don't have any men around us, but we don't want any husbands to come with us. But then we've changed some of those rules, but I'll give you the rules first and then tell you what we changed. So we, no men, no kids, no pets, and be nice. And those were the rules. But then we, altered some of them. So some of the girls in the different areas, because we have, every state has a community of sisters, and they do, their outdoor things. And sometimes they have a husband bring their husbands on a fishing trip or whatever they want to do. So that's a change. And then the dog issue was this latest battle about pets. We all have pets, and we all love our pets, but the minute that you come, you have to picture this. We have a bonfire. We have all the trailers around. The girls are all bonding, and we're having a great time. In walks a man, in walks a baby, in walks a dog.
Not good.
And everything stops. It all stops.
Right. Because
we're women, and we're nurturers. And so we stop what we're doing, and we start nurturing it. And that takes away from it. And that is why we have those rules. But they get altered, and so now we have to have dogs, but we have rules on that. So
Maurrie, tell me,
only if the hostess.
If I'm a woman and I go to a Sisters on the Fly event, what is it going to be like for me? If I know nothing about, take me there. What am I going to see? What kind of people am I going to meet? Are they all the same, all from the same back? I don't know how old they are. I don't know anything. What am I going to experience if I want to go and meet up with the Sisters on the Fly?
Well, we're 21 to 110, so we vary in ages. The reason we're 21 is because sometimes we have our wine, and so they have to be 21. Mm-hmm. And the girls, every area, it's of course it started slowly and building, so it changes a lot. But now the trips are organized by a local person, and she wants you all to come and go. Camp out, and maybe you're going to fish, or maybe you're just going to hang out, or maybe you're going to go to the museum, or whatever her itinerary is, whatever she thinks would be absolutely the most fun thing to learn, because it's about learning stuff. So then they put out invitations, and then the girls respond, and then they come to it. So then they bring their trailers, and the reason we have trailers is so we have our own beds, which is how basically I had the first trailer. Her name is Lucy, of course, and we would take that on our fishing trips or our camping trips, and we pull them around the United States, and we've become, quite famous with that. And we were the very first vintage trailer group. We had one other person in California he rebuilt them. So we were the only two at that time that even existed.
Hey,
so
Maurrie, hang on just a second. Let me jump in here just a second. Folks, if you're driving down the road and you see these old travel trailers, I'm talking about the old ones, 50, 60 years old, the ones that don't have showers and big bathrooms. I'm talking the old stuff, but they're really nice and dolled up. You're probably looking at a travel trailer owned by one of the Sisters on the Fly. And I got to tell you, Maurrie, that when I posted that we were going to have you on the show, I got so many responses on Facebook, and I want to read one to you because this has just got to warm your heart. It says, a lady named Jenny, I know you know who she is, she says she writes a monthly series called Getting Bolder on your website. 5 years ago,
right.
She said 5 years ago, Hubs and I were buying a travel trailer when he collapsed at the dealership and died. 2 weeks after the funeral, I bought a small camper, took off for 3 months on a solo journey in the wilderness and backroads of Colorado. Sisters on the Fly literally saved me during the darkest time of my life. Thank you, Maurrie and Becky. Love you bunches. I mean, is that touching or what?
It is, and we didn't ever expect that. We did not think we were changing lives, but we did. We gave everyone permission to be whatever they wanted to be, do whatever they wanted to do, not be mad at them, not yell at them, not make fun of them, not to do any of those things. And so in a group of women, we are who we are. And it is just the most fabulous thing. It's so exciting and so much fun.
Well, when I own a place called Big Chief RV Resort in Central Texas, and we had a couple of years ago, the manager called me up, and she said, Alan, we've got the whole park has been booked with women. And I said, excuse me? She said, every site, probably 100+ women are going to be showing up for such and such a weekend. And I know this sounds terrible, but I'm thinking, oh, my Lord, this is going to be, who's going to hook them up, who's going to back them up, who's going to help them with everything. And I was so wrong and so glad I was. They were the coolest, most independent, resourceful, wonderful human beings. And there were some young ones and some not so young ones, but every one of them had this wonderful spirit about them. And no wonder everybody wants to be a member of Sisters on the Fly.
Well, it's a very special group, and the women are very special, and you get to come there. So if you were to come on a trip and you are a woman and you're scared because you don't know anybody, we try very hard to bring you in, drag you around, introduce you to people. You're supposed to be brave. If you're brave enough to come with a bunch of people you've never met before, you're brave enough to go introduce yourself. So that we do. And they then become either they hook up in it, you don't like everybody doesn't like you, but somebody likes everybody. So you always have a friend. And it just works that way. Did you catch that one?
I think I did. And the group that came to stay with us, they were celebrating. They had a little parade. They were celebrating Mardi Gras with us, and it was just the coolest thing. And as I look, you guys celebrate all kinds of stuff. It has gone so far away from fishing, it's not even funny.
I know most of the girls don't fish. We do everything, and we just altered it. We just walked along the path and trying to stay ahead of them. That's pretty much my job. Find out what they need, what they want, and then we keep trying to change it to fit, because it isn't anything but the largest, most fun, wonderful, great group of women, and it's so fun to meet them. It's fun. We try not to get into situations where we're battling. Because you can. So there are subjects we try not to even bring up, and we always suggest.
You know what, Maurrie? We got to jump for another break, folks. We've got sister number one with us. She's with a group called Sisters on the Fly. We're going to pick it back up on the other side. What a great interview and a great group of people. All right, folks, you're listening to the RV Show USA. We'll be back with Sister Number One right after this.
Well, side unplug them, I think. And that way, I know it was.
Still gonna have to.
I know.
Still gonna have to adjust it because those things aren't very stable.
All right, guys. Okay. I thought you might want to know slight fluttering noise in the show after Goose plugged in.
Yeah, it happens because it's because there's a lot of moving.
We
parts.
got a lot of stuff going on here.
Lots of moving parts, lots of different things.
All right, so we did we lose the feed?
No, feed's still there.
I'm all black here.
Nope.
All right, okay, we're good. All right, folks, we're in a commercial break. It's a 4-minute break. We pick it up at 34 after the hour. We're going to come back with Maurrie Sussman. Does anybody have? I have not had an opportunity to look at questions or comments. Hey, Jenny. Jenny's the one I was just talking about, I think.
Possibly.
Yep. PPL. You know how I learned also about Sisters on the Fly? By my friend Diana LeBlanc, RV Nana. She's a member of Sisters on the Fly. She called me up. She said, Alan, you got to meet these girls. They're all crazy like me, and that's a good thing. They're crazy in a good way. All right. Questions, comments. Make sure if you want to win a T-shirt, you got to start making posts. You got to make posts. How are we doing on the YouTube thing? Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. I assume you probably don't have a Facebook account, so thank you for being with us. We do this every single week. We do this every week on Wednesday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. We interview great people. We have interesting topics, and next hour we're going to move from Sisters on the Fly to satellite TV and RVs. As I say, it sounds like a simple subject. Not simple. Then we got a feature destination that's really cool in Colorado. And, you know, a lot of times, like Sisters on the Fly, we get our material from folks like you. We're at 32 minutes right now, so we got time. What if you brought them around this way, right?
Well, it's the power cable that's causing this one to pop a wheelie.
Loop it around
I'm working on it.
You know, there's rules that I live by. You don't ever make the cook mad at a restaurant or the waitress mad at a restaurant until after you get your meal. You don't ever make your producer mad, ever, until after the show. Then you can do whatever you want to.
Yeah, and you know,
right now he's about this far from losing it.
Well, you know the first thing to do to not make your producer mad?
What? Not talk about it? What? It was. Okay, hang on. I'm going to make you feel better.
Oh, no. Good God.
It's an inside joke.
Finish.
You'd have to know.
Delete. Bye, everybody. We're done.
No, we're having a good time. I'll promise you.
Oh, God, no.
All right.
Make it stop.
Make sure you like the Facebook page. Like our page and join us every Wednesday. We have a good time. It's 33:20 right now.
Okay.
All right, we're going to plug back in. Don't knock it over.
Thanks a lot. Stop it.
They're a bit of a drive from San Antonio, but the savings and the service you'll experience are well worth it. Connect with DeMontrond RV through our website, thervshowusa.com, thervshowusa.com, and click on Certified Dealers.
The RV Show USA.
All right, we're back with the RV Show USA. For our listeners on Facebook, we hope you'll give us a like and help us hit our next milestone. If you've already liked our page, we hope you'll invite your friends to like us as well. In the Facebook search bar, just type in the 4 words, The RV Show USA, and hit the like button. On our guest line is Maurrie Sussman with Sisters on the Fly. Hey, Maurrie, when you started the group, did you have any idea of how it would resonate with so many women from all over the country?
Well, you know, I think both Becky and I thought that we would be very popular, only because it was one of the only women's things, you know, that we teach you how to back up. It's just, it's not like it's educational, but everyone has something they can do, so we teach the girls how to back their trailers up. That's why you had no problems in your campground when they all showed up, because those are, if you're going to have a trailer, you got to be able to change a tire, and you have to back up. So, and most of our trailers don't have bathrooms or any of that, but it's now changed. So now we have a lot of new trailers that are coming into the scene, and which is good. You know, anything is good. We have a lot of girls taking off and going on solo trips for months, and some of them even for a couple of years, and they just taken off and going. That has been very exciting. I mean, that's so exciting to hear them tell us their stories. I love all of the stories that the girls tell us. It's great. And we do so much to back everybody.
Maurrie, tell us about the importance of women being able to get away and connect with other women, and how it may help them when they return to the real world and their daily grind. I mean, it sounds like to me what you guys do is an important thing.
It's very important. It teaches. Well, we stress the outdoors. So when you're outdoors, whether you're hiking, camping, whatever it is, it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful, and the animals are there, and it's peaceful, and it's quiet, and we don't usually have music and stuff like that on, and and then you talk to each other. We don't ever ask questions. So our members, we never ask any pertinent questions in their lives. But when they become sisters and they make friends, they start talking about themselves. And that's a very important thing. So then you've got a backup crew for all of your girls. And when something goes wrong, or one of the girls needs something, or they need support some way, emotional support, they ask, we're there.
How do you keep the pettiness out of the group? Because I know you've got women from all, economic backgrounds and different parts of the country, but they seem to behave. I don't know if men could do that, because you've got women that they're on one end of the political spectrum or the other, yet they put those things aside and they really do seem to get along.
I think maybe we know what's good for us, because our lives are usually, we're the mothers, and we work full time, or whatever it is in our lives, and so our minutes that we have are very precious to us. And so when they get together and they can visit with each other, and they find a like mate, a soulmate, that could be their friend and who understands them, and we don't criticize. We try really hard not to criticize, but we have grumpy girls that are in the group, but we try to ease that away from them, and try and keep them on an even keel. And most of our trips, we do something. You don't just sit. And, we'll do something, whether it's museums, whether it's zip lining, whether it's skiing, golf. We do a lot of kayaking. We do just all kinds of outdoor stuff. And that keeps everyone away from feeling bad about their lives and whatever. And then when they go back, they're able to pay attention to the difference between being struggling and so stressful and the peaceful life, and you hope that it helps their lives.
We have somebody on Facebook Live, and they've got so many comments going right now, Maurrie. I can't read them all, but the one woman, her name is Leanne. She's from Texas, and she says that Sisters on the Fly to her is the most empowering group for a woman to be a part of that she knows of. And I think that empowering is a really good word, because I know what it's like when I'm able to get away from the grind for a couple of days and I come back. I'm better at doing my regular job. I'm nicer to people. I just do, and I think it works for women as well.
Yes, it does. It's a wonderful thing, and the more that we have, Leanne is one of our most fabulous women. And she is the most encouraging person. She encourages you to do everything, and she doesn't turn down anybody. She's always there. And people learn from that. There are the bashful people who stand back. And then there are the people like Leanne and myself, that go forward. And we just zip right along and take everybody with us.
You are so full of life and so enthusiastic. Listen, this was a short segment. We got to jump. We're going to come back. I want to talk about your website and when people become a member of Sisters on the Fly, what do they get? So you can hang on, right?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
All right. Good deal, folks. Her name is Maurrie Sussman, sister number 1. Maurrie and I'll be right back.
I want to take a
There we go.
All right, love my sisters, says Gay. And Jose, Alex, do you accept who's Alex talking to? Alex, I'll take prepaid Visa. I'll take it any way you will pay me. He's probably not talking about paying me. There's no way. You know what? We need a third person in here. Would that be a good idea? Miss Katie, you have now been recruited. We've got YouTube. What? Hang on. Don't leave the room. I'll sing. If you leave, I'll sing. All right, so make sure, folks, that you like our Facebook page. Like this video if you would. Tell your friends about us. We have a lot of fun. Maurrie, this is not her last appearance on this show, I'll promise you. And if you sisters that are out there, we're at 41 minutes right now. You sisters that are out there, if you have a story, if you've got, a story like who was it, Jenny, earlier, and we've got, gosh, so many different people, and you'd like to talk about it, we're going to open the phone lines up in a future show. What do y'all think about that? Maybe have an open line time where sisters just call in one after the other and tell us why you're a sister, how you became a member of Sisters on the Fly, who do you think it would appeal to, and why. We would love to do that. If y'all think it's a good idea and you would participate, I promise you, we'll give you a whole hour to yak. I love it. What? We won't have the time? What are you saying?
It won't be enough time.
It won't be enough time. That's right. All right, so we got, we're at 41:55. When we come back, two more minutes?
Yes, sir.
Remember, at the end of the show, Diana. Hi, Diana. We got Diana and Jean and Becky. Becky says we never shut up. What are sisters?
Oh, and somebody had said they can't see you tonight because of your camouflage shirt.
Yeah, just see a head.
Last week was the hot
it's
pepper
cold
shirt.
outside. I looked in the closet. I said, I feel like wearing something.
It was cold this morning, that's for sure.
It's cold at
I
night.
brought out my leather jacket this morning.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Ask Leanne about being stuck in the mud with her truck and trailer attached.
You know what, Leanne, when you get on, you can tell us that story. I'll bet you these girls, we could do 2 hours with these ladies. I'm going to bring this up. I mean it. I'm going to bring this up, and you tell me don't talk about it on the air, and I won't talk about it. But there are some people, when I posted on Facebook Live on the preview, some people were thinking that this is a group of gay people, of lesbians. I'm serious.
Oh, God.
No, I'm not kidding. I mean, I think that's something people want to know.
I can't take you anywhere, can I?
I think, how do you bring that up?
You don't. You just let it go.
No, hang on. If you don't bring it up and somebody goes, they're not. But let me tell you something. I think that they don't care if you're a two-headed purple woman. Meaning, if you're a nice person, we're at 43, 28, 9, 30. If you're a nice person, you're a member. You're welcome to become a member of Sisters on the Fly. Okay, he's plugging back in. Y'all hang on. Now, text the word GEAR to 38470. That's GEAR, G-E-A-R, GEAR to 38470.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, Jim on Facebook wants to know if the Sisters on the Fly are a group of single women, and I'll just answer that before Maurrie jumps in. There's single, there's married, there's divorced, there's every kind of woman you can think of. Am I right, Maurrie Sussman?
You are correct.
Well, that is awesome, and that's what I love so much about y'all. Before we go any further, I want to say a great big old howdy to our newest affiliate in my home state of Texas, News Talk Sports, AM 1440 Keys down in Corpus Christi. Thanks for picking up the country's #1 radio show about the RV lifestyle. So one reason we are number one is we are talking about great things and great people like the Sisters on the Fly. So, all right, so before we jump back into or jump into what the website is all about, I want you to go over your really lengthy list of rules there real quick, because I just love it.
Well, no men, no pets or no dogs, no kids, and be nice.
Be nice and have fun. I mean, what could be better than that?
Well, we try to make it as easy as possible, but you know, and it's a good thing. We love those rules, and you know, we've really kind of taken the pet thing out because some of them. So we have to arrange trips so that they can bring their pets.
You know,
so then we've had these big silly things about, okay, well, I'll bring my raccoon, and I'll bring my snake, and I'll bring my zebra, and I'll bring,
rabbits,
you know.
and yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You got to draw the line somewhere. And the bigger you get, I'm sure, in terms of membership, the more challenges you have. So let's talk about what somebody gets. What does it cost to be a member of Sisters on the Fly, and what do I get if I'm a woman want to become a member?
Well, the cost is $70 a year, and you get access to the back of the, you know, into the website, because our website is pretty. You can't if you're not a member, you can't get in there, which protects everyone's addresses, everything about them. You know, it does. It does that, protects, and it's got every one of our events, and so that you can. We had over 600 events across the country last year, so that's a lot. You know, that's a lot of places for creepy things to happen if they knew where they were.
Right.
So we just don't let that happen. And you get a little gift package, and we have. I mean, we are available 7 days a week. You can catch me anytime.
And you've got a classified section and all different kinds of things there on your website. The main thing that I see, and folks, I don't get paid a nickel for saying this, I'm just an observer. I see Sisters on the Fly as a community, a group of people that if even you fellas you guys that are listening, and your wife, you want her to enjoy the outdoors, but maybe you're not the right person to take her and introduce her to horseback riding and hiking and RVing. The Sisters on the Fly are the perfect people to get a woman involved with, your wife or your girlfriend. I bet you have a lot of husbands that do that and suggest their wives join your group, don't you?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we go to the fly fishing shows each year. The first 4 years, no women came in. Then from that time on, the women have been coming in like crazy because they knew we were there. And this was in Denver, and it's been so fun to hear and to watch the women. I mean, it's just amazing what's going on in our world right now, with from Me Too to fly fishermen to everything. You know, the girls are coming forth and making themselves known, and which is wonderful. It is such a wonderful thing. We drive trucks. I drive a F-350. We just can do anything. We shoot. We do everything.
Maurrie,
absolutely.
We have a listener on Facebook Live that wants to know, Alexis wants to know if y'all have chapters, or are you just one big group, or how does that work geographically?
We don't have chapters because we don't want to isolate people. So we want it to be all, but we have wranglers. So each state has one or so wranglers, because I'm a cowgirl, so therefore that word wrangler came up pretty easily, because the wranglers are the ones who, fix the horse for you to put the saddle on and take the saddle off and teach you how to do stuff. So the wranglers are in each area, and they sort of supervise and keep everybody active and trying very hard to. It's pretty hard with that many women, to keep up with everyone. So that's what we do. But so if I'm in Montana and I want to go to a trip in Texas, I look up online and I see what groups are, what Texas trips coming up, and I see if I can get on it, if it's full or not full or whatever. And so you can go to any place.
So as a member, I can, as a lady, member of Sisters on the Fly, I can get on find out all that information on your website. Now, I want to ask you a personal question. How do you think your life is different today if you wouldn't have followed your dream of, that back there on the Madison River so many years ago, about creating a group where women could go and just be women, or be little girls, I guess, is what your sister said.
Yes, that's it. Because we dress up in costumes, and you know, we do a lot of social stuff too with each other. So we have a quilt program for those who have cancer or any diseases or any of that kind of stuff. We are really a big philanthropic. We're really big into casting for recovery. And it's my life. If I hadn't done this, I'm sure I would have done something like it. You know, sometimes the doors open and doors close, and you just have to be brave enough to do something. And that's coming to Sisters on the Fly. We've had so many brave girls start with us. A lot of them stay with us. A lot are disappointed because they didn't get what they wanted out of it. But I think that if they've come with any group with us, anytime they've come on a trip, they're brave enough to try something themselves, which is what we wanted.
Right. Get outside your comfort zone and experience something new.
Absolutely. Yeah, climb rocks. Do something you don't know how to do.
And you've got other women there that do know how to do it that can help you. Listen, we got to start wrapping things up. How do people get more information on Sisters on the Fly? I don't want to give them, too many different things to do. If you wanted to send them one place to learn more about your group and maybe become a member, where would you send them to? Where should we send them? Facebook, website?
Well, our website is sistersonthefly.com. Then that's pretty much, you'll see an overview of what we are, and the website's ever changing, and it's just ever changing. So just www.sistersonthefly.com.
Awesome. Listen, we're going to have a podcast of this entire interview up in the next couple of days. Maurrie, we got to call it there. Thank you so much. Tell me that we can get you back on again real soon.
Anytime.
All right. You have a good rest of your week and weekend, and we will talk to you again. That was Maurrie Sussman, sister number 1 with Sisters on the Fly. We're going to wrap up the hour after this on the RV Show USA.
Say, how would you like us to send you a good-looking Camp Casual coffee mug like you hear us talking about on the show for free? It's a $15 value. Here's how to get yours. Just call us while we're doing the show. Hour number 2. You may want to check with him now.
Well,
all right, this is a short break.
Yeah.
I remember that. All right, so Maurrie was awesome, and we are grateful that she was able to join us. I don't know if I gave Goose the wrong phone number or he dialed it wrong. I don't know. You're giving me that look. Okay. I'm not going to do it. One of these days, I will never do. I'm telling you, that would be called suicide. Yes? That's the yes. All right, so make sure you like this video. Like the Facebook page. Like this video. Hit the share button. Please tell your friends about us. We have a great time. You sisters out there, we hope that you will join us every single week from Wednesdays, 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. Adjust for wherever you are. We had Alexis wanting to know what no Alan. I know what she's saying no to.
Jeff Branning says, sing it.
No. That's one of those things that I will sing in person, maybe. In a small, selective group.
You will sing that on the last episode of the RV Show USA.
When I want to go off the air, when the FCC wants to come after me, I'll sing it. So, that's a good tease, right?
Exactly.
What kind of camera do we use? It's just an iPhone camera. That's
an iPhone on each one.
Yeah, we're at 53:45.
Okay, bye.
We
still got another minute. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, don't jump. Is this a Facebook Live deal? Well, we're on Facebook Live. This show that we're doing tonight runs nationwide on Saturday and Sunday. It's syndicated on Westwood One, all across the country. We just cleared Corpus Christi this week. We got Youngstown, Ohio last week. We're in Atlanta, Daytona Beach, Portland, Oregon. We're like dirty laundry. You always got some of it. We're some of it everywhere. So, but we do the show live Wednesdays. There is no editing. Sometimes we have to bobble the ball, and you get to see it. Sometimes, like that camera right there on YouTube.
So Jeff says next time he's at Big Chief, you have to sing it.
Oh, I'll have Miss Katie sing it.
Oh, Lord.
She's
all right.
a great singer.
All right, guys, we're headed back. See you shortly.
Here we go.
This great deal for radio listeners looking for a fun, quick, and affordable getaway. Come to Big Chief RV and Cabin Resort on Lake Buchanan. Stay for one night, get the second night free. This offer is even good for our super clean, fully furnished on-the-water cabins. Pay for one night, get the second night free. Make your reservation today at BigChiefRVResort.com.
The RV Show USA.
All right, if you missed any of this hour, especially if you're a woman who's wanting to meet other very cool women who are fun and nice and adventuresome, Sisters on the Fly might just be for you. When you see one of those good-looking, cute little tiny travel trailers all dialed up, there's a pretty good chance that there's a sister nearby. You know, over the past few weeks, we have added some new station affiliates to the RV Show USA, and we're pretty stoked about reaching more and more folks and sharing our passion for the RV lifestyle. We just picked up 1440 Keys down in Corpus Christi. Lots of RVers down Corpus Way, and we appreciate being a part of y'all's team. You know, nowadays, there aren't too many activities I can think of where the entire family truly can have a great time together more than they do while RVing and camping. It's affordable and fun, and it will bond you better than a lot of other things that folks do. And speaking of fun, that's what this show is all about. It really is. It's about fun, and we hope that you'll take a second to give us a like on Facebook. Help us hit our next milestone. So just type in the Facebook search bar the 4 words, The RV Show USA, and give us a like. If you've already liked our page, hit the button and invite your friends to like the page. We appreciate you doing it a lot. All right, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Same thing. Type in the RV Show USA and hit the subscribe button. All right, keep in mind that for those who watch us do the show live on Facebook, and now y'all can win prizes just by posting comments and questions during the show and for being a part of the program. Last week before the big football game on Sunday, I did a couple of videos on 2 of my favorite easy-to-make appetizers. I couldn't believe the response. It was pretty amazing. I appreciate all of y'all who like the videos and the input and the comments. If you're looking for an easy-to-make, great-tasting appetizer for any occasion, you're going to be hard-pressed to beat these 2, I'll guarantee. And you'll find them on our Facebook page. All right, let's see. What's happening on Facebook Live or on our YouTube stream there, Goose? Anything going on? Talk to me, Goose.
Well, a gentleman by the name of Jim wants us to give him a shout-out because his wife does not believe that this is live.
This is live, Jim, and Jim's wife. It really is, believe it or not. And
this is as live as life can get.
It really is. And we're live every week, so if you like our Facebook page, you will get a notification, and you can join us. All right, next hour, we're going to kick it off with our friend from Sats to Go. Yeah, Sats to Go. You know, satellite TV systems on RVs are better than ever, but they can also get pretty confusing really, really quick. Well, Dave with Sats to Go is going to break it down for us, and then it's off to Colorado for our destination of the week. If you got to leave us now, remember you can always get caught up with our commercial-free podcasts. They're available on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, also on our website. All right, Goose, why don't you get the band going? Take us to break. Y'all hang on.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today. Come on, America. Let's hit the road. So many things to see, so many places to go. Freedom and fun go hand in hand when you're rolling in your RV across this great land. So buckle up now. What do you say? The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
You said I can't lip sync.
All right, so we're now on this mic and we're hot, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I was typing a message to Maurrie Sussman, a.k.a. Sister Number 1. I want to know what y'all think about doing literally a 1-hour Facebook Live with sisters calling in and sharing their stories and experiences about being a member of this, I think, a pretty awesome group. All right, 1 hour down, 1 to go. I got a buzz in my left ear.
Okay. Is that
Sometimes.
tinnitus kicking in?
It's what?
Is that
No.
Hang on.
No.
Hang on.
Don't push the wrong button. We got lots of
I
moving
wasn't
parts.
pushing the wrong button.
All
I
right,
just
so
brought something up.
I got 20 messages. Okay, David Moore, RV On-Site Services, shared the RV Show USA's post. David Moore likes. Margaret, how you doing, Margaret? Casita, Dean, May, Glenn Bailey, Naomi. Let's see. We got Brad and Tina and Jeff and Lisa and Kelly. Lisa, how you doing, baby? I'm really hungry tonight, so when I get home, I'll make the dinner. I'll probably say something the next hour to make you get mad at me. I'll have to make the dinner.
Well,
anyway.
I'm sure that Lisa will be more than happy to make you some rum cake minus the rum.
Yeah. You know, we had so much good food. Oh my gosh, for Super Bowl, we had a party up at the Last of the Mohicans Clubhouse at Big Chief. It was just amazing. I mean, the people that RV are just the best. We almost never do we get a jerk. And I don't know what it is. And I think
except for the one who owns it, right?
Except for the one that's going to be up there this next weekend.
Not this next weekend, the weekend after.
Next weekend. You better be careful. You may rip that cabin out to somebody else. But we almost never get, one of those people. Sometimes we get an idiot. Sometimes we get somebody that's like, man, how soon are they leaving? But not very often. I think that there's these unspoken rules. It's like when you go to church. You're on your best behavior, and it's that way when you go to an RV park. Except you kind of on your good behavior, but you let your hair down. Becky, who is Maurrie's sister. Becky is sister number 2. All right, and so she's one of the co-founders of Sisters on the Fly. Becky has a saying that Sisters on the Fly turns women into girls. I mean, think about that for a minute. Turns women into girls. And because I have a little bit of experience, they've come to Big Chief, a group of them, and I think I know what that means. When we're children, little children, we're open-minded and we're accepting and we're tolerant of other people and kids, no matter if they're rich or poor or they're whatever color they are. We're pretty tolerant. And when we get older, that's when we start getting our opinions and when we start forming our attitudes. And I don't like that person. I don't like those kind of people. And we forget about how to live. And I think that, what Becky says, we help women become girls. They do. They dress up. They're incredibly resourceful. I know there's a lot of guys out there that think, I can fix anything. I'll guarantee you there's a lot of women out there in Sisters on the Fly. They can fix anything. They really can. And if you look at some of the RVs, the travel trailers that they have fixed, they buy these old junkers and they literally refurbish them. They're absolutely beautiful. They've got different themes and colors inside, and they're spectacular. You can go on their website or their Facebook page and see them. John DePietro, what's happening? My buddy John. Y'all getting ready to get some snow up there, aren't you, in Massachusetts? Worcester. Let's see. What did John say? Sounds cool. My buddy John DePietro is, I met him back in November in Louisville, Kentucky, and John he and my friend Bob Zagami do a Facebook Live every Wednesday night. Actually, it runs the hour before this one does, and they do a really good job of promoting RVing up there in New England. So we got 2.5 minutes till we come back from break. We're going to be talking satellite systems on RVs, and then we're going to go. Y'all make sure, if you just joined us, where are you watching from? Where are you watching the show from? I got lots of questions. I got lots of questions for Dave. Good. Lots and lots.
Good, because he wants you to ask plenty of questions.
Yep. Man, my ears. How we looking? How's the YouTube deal going? Any YouTubers out there? Yeah, a few. Yeah. So we had a request for me to run some. Really? Yeah, by who? Lori? No. All right, yeah, where are y'all watching from? And is this your first time to catch the RV Show USA? Tell us it will not be your last time. Tell us you'll catch us again, okay? This is the country's #1 radio show about the RV lifestyle. We do it live Wednesday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time, broadcasting across now YouTube as well as on Facebook. We got a pretty good group of followers. And then this show that runs tonight is going to be running on radio stations nationally Saturday and Sunday. During the commercial breaks, we can't run commercials. Facebook won't allow it. So this is what you get.
It was Melissa who asked me to lip sync.
Melissa?
So, yes. Of course, Jeff Branning asked that I do the twist,
Melissa?
and I'm not doing that.
Did you ask Melissa to ask to lip sync?
I did not. I don't have time to ask anybody to ask. Now they're doing like 500 different things. Good Lord.
Just rub your tummy and pat your head and all that stuff. Las Vegas loves the show. Seen you guys about 3 times. Well, thank you, Jim.
So if you want to talk to your local talk radio station to get the RV show heard in your local area,
just if you tell your local station to go to our website and click on advertise and click on station, you'll see all that kind of stuff. We got 10 seconds, guys.
Yep.
Start with hour number 2.
All right, guys, hold on. 5 seconds left. Hang on.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today. Come on, America, let's hit the road. So many things to see, so many places to go. Freedom and fun go hand in hand when you're rolling in your RV across this great land. So buckle up now. What do you say? The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
It's time for hour number 2 of America's only radio show about the RV lifestyle. Syndicated from coast to coast, it's the RV Show USA with Alan Warren, the RV Guy.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
So what a great first hour, right? Man, I'm telling you, if you missed it, we had one of the co-founders of a group called Sisters on the Fly on for almost the entire hour. We learned about their all-women's club, and I must say that those ladies, I think they're pretty cool cats. Before we start hour number 2, whether you are a new listener or you become a regular, you need to know that many of the stories and many of the topics, many of the people that we visit with here on the show are a result of you, our listening family, and y'all's suggestions. Now, while we can't put everybody on the air, we are always on the lookout for good stories, interesting topics that RVers and campers would enjoy learning about. So if you know of someone or something that we may want to talk about on the air, jump on our website, and after you subscribe to our online newsletter, scroll to the bottom of our homepage and click on where it says Connect with Us. Right there. Click on it. Send us a note. I promise it will get back to you as quickly as possible. All right, so the Houston RV Show is taking place through Sunday down at the NRG Center, and lots of folks are hitting the show this year. Many, if not most of them, have an interest in satellite TV systems that are available to RVers. Now, for me, the subject sounds like it would be easy to understand, but you know what? It doesn't take long till my eyes start to glaze over, and at that point, I am clueless. So the good news, I guess, is that I am not alone. I'm not alone when it comes to questions about satellite TV systems for RVs and which one may be the right one for me. Is that right, Dave?
You got it. You got it. We can help you.
All right, folks. Dave is the owner of one of the biggest satellite TV companies in Texas called Sats to Go, and he knows everything about them. So I want to thank you in advance for making something, Dave.
Thank you for having us.
Well, I mean, something that can be so confusing so quickly, for breaking it down, making it easy for us to understand. So let's start out. Tell us first off, what does Sats to Go do?
Well, what we basically specialize in is anything that moves and you want to watch satellite TV on, we can take care of that. I've done everything from boats to trains to RVs and pretty much everything else in between. So if you can come up with something you're trying to achieve, we usually have a solution for you as far as satellite TV goes.
Now, why did you choose to specialize in TV systems for RVs, Dave? How did that come about?
Well, I started this company about actually over 20 years ago now. I had 2 young kids, and we were trying to travel And the kids are not easily entertained. They could care less about what's outside the window. They wanted to watch Cartoon Network or, whatever their programming was. So to make the parents' enjoyment a little bit easier and stuff, we decided to get into the satellite systems. And that's kind of how it all started, is my kids.
So over the past, since then, gosh, satellite TV systems they have come so far, and there's a lot of great things out there, but isn't there the downside that there is so much information that can be incredibly confusing?
It's very confusing and stuff, and unfortunately, a lot of people that are out there selling it really don't understand it. So, in fact, today was one of our big days, one of the biggest days that I've seen at the Houston RV show. We had a lot of people stopping by with a lot of good questions, and so that's kind of where we kind of come into the play and stuff is, they're being told one thing, and then we explain the real facts. They might not always like what they're hearing, but at least they understand why they're having the issues that they're having.
In general, what has happened to the cost of a satellite TV system, just in general, over the past 5 or 10 years with the advancement of technology? What's happened to it?
Well, there's been a lot of changes. When I first started this 20-some years ago, Datron was really the only manufacturer of in-motion satellites, and the only time you'd ever see them is on tour buses. Those antennas, the cost of those antennas started at about $12,000. That's before labor to install it or anything else. Technology was really pretty simple back then because we didn't have that many satellites in the sky. Since that time, especially in the last 5 years, everything has gotten very small. An antenna that used to take up about 4 square foot of your roof now has been condensed down into about a 13-inch pattern on your roof.
Wow. Now, hey, a little sidebar. I want to mention that the way Dave and I got connected was actually through our show sponsor there in Houston at DeMontron RV. So I guess, Dave, when DeMontron needs the go-to guy, they call you?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We do DeMontron and a few other dealers here in town. They basically kind of wash their hands from it and say, man, this is getting so far advanced that we don't have the people here to really do it anymore. This is all we do. So, like I said before, if you can throw a problem at us, I can tell you how to get it done.
I want to get into the do-it-yourselfers maybe in our next segment. But for now, how many different categories are there, or maybe even subcategories maybe, when it comes to options for TV for RVers are there? Because, geez, like I said, my eyes start to glaze over. How do you simplify that so somebody like me, I can understand?
Well, on the satellite side, it breaks down to pretty much, when people are calling in asking us about systems, the first thing we ask them if they already have Dish Network or DirecTV. If they have one of those, the next question is going to be, okay, do you want in motion to where you're driving down the road, you can watch TV, or do you want something you can pull in, hit a button, it finds satellite, then you're watching TV? So once we kind of establish that, it kind of narrows it down quite a bit. We've got a lot of people that don't go camping very often, maybe 3-4 times a year. They just want to be able to get service when they're out camping a little bit. So we have kind of an entry package. It's the Winegard Playmaker with a Dish receiver, and it's a very simple system. You pay for a month's worth of programming. After that month, the programming expires until you're ready to go out again. If you're DirecTV, we have portable systems you can throw out on the grass. We have even get into the high-definition system. So if you want, for example, standard def going down the road, you can watch standard def driving. When you get stopped, you run up your high-def antenna, and you got full high-definition to watch football games with.
Okay, now when people are buying a new RV, and I've got Jeff here on our Facebook Live is talking about salespeople, a lot of dealers and salespeople. I guess he says they don't have a clue, and but they don't have a clue. Maybe, I mean, they probably know a little bit, but the buyer of the RV is taking somebody else's word for it. What kinds of things do you see, Dave, at Sats to Go that somebody that may have just bought an RV and they didn't get the satellite system they were thinking they were going to get? Tell me about some of those stories.
Well, the biggest problem that we ran into today is a lot of people will buy a portable dome to go out in the yard or up on top of the roof, and then they're sold 2 Dish Network receivers, for example. And the people don't understand that these domes with Dish Network, there's actually 3 different satellites. So the dome has to toggle between these 3 different satellites. If you're trying to, and one receiver will work fine. That's what they're actually designed for. But if you add a second receiver and you get somebody that's trying to watch programming on one satellite, but somebody else is trying to watch a different channel on a different satellite, it physically can't do it. And that's the number one issue that we run into with Dish Network and any of the dome systems.
So I'm going to watch one channel, even if I have two different TVs. We're going to watch the same station.
Same exact channel, right. So there's a couple options, and unfortunately, a lot of these systems are sold just on price, and they don't try to educate the consumer on it. They just say, this is what we sell, and we don't have problems with it until they get it, and they have problems with it. So you actually have a few different solutions. The second solution, for example, if you want like an in-motion system, you put on a second in-motion or maybe even a stationary. So you'd have in-motion on the main TV as you're going down the road, and then when you get stopped, you can run your other antenna for secondary receiver and actually watch a different channel that way. Winegard also makes a traveler system that you can actually run DVRs and multiple receivers on, but it's a whole different system. It's stationary only.
What do you recommend for someone who's buying an RV, who's going to get a satellite TV? Almost everybody's going to get one. Before they buy one from a salesman or from a dealer, is there some? You can't take everybody's call, Dave. Seriously, what can they do instead of just roll the dice and hope that they bought the right unit? Because it does sound like there are so many different options out there that you really do have to. The salesperson has to ask the right questions and listen to however the end user is going to use it.
Right. So, with the Internet, there's so much information out there. There's some good information, and there's also bad information and stuff. Like they say, if it's on the Internet, it's got to be true. I tell everybody to kind of do the research as far as programming packages go. And then, if I get some type of contact from them, we have a lot of ratings, natural ratings and stuff like that on our website. So we get a lot of traffic through our Internet. And I put right on there, the pros and the cons and everything else about each system. And I tell people, like I said before, they might not want to hear it, but, this is the way it's going to work and stuff. So, I tell them just to keep doing the research and find something that they feel comfortable with that can answer the questions and stuff. So.
All right, hang on, Dave. We've got to jump for a break here in just a second. Folks, we've got Dave from Sats to Go in Houston, Texas. He's at the Houston RV Show through Sunday. He's on our guest line. We're going to pick it back up on the other side. This is Alan Warren, the RV guy, with the RV Show USA.
I want to take a minute and do a little bragging on my friends at PPL Motors.
So, Sally from YouTube says she has a dome system, and so far only one receiver. Thanks for the heads up on the dome system installation, or the dome system limitations.
Nice. That's nice.
Mostly full-timer, Miss Sally there on YouTube.
Well, hi, Sally. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Tonight's our maiden voyage on YouTube Live. We're trying this thing out. I think Goose is pretty much ready to just throw in the towel, but
Well, no, it's throwing out the 12-story window.
Yeah. We got to break it first. We're not going to do that. Somebody asked, where do we broadcast the show from? Where do we do the show? I'm looking out right now at the San Antonio International Airport. We can see the planes coming and going, as we can see.
So we're at the studios of 9:30 a.m. The Answer, part of Salem Media Group in here in San Antonio.
That's what we're doing. And we're in a commercial break. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you like our Facebook page. If you have any questions for Dave about satellite TVs, now's a really good time to post them down here, and I'll try to get them. We've got him for one more segment, and then it's off to Colorado. All right, we got almost 3 minutes left in the commercial break.
Matthew has a suggestion. Maybe you can have someone on who can talk about Wi-Fi and cell phone booster setup in an RV.
That's a good idea.
That's a very good idea. And, of course, if any of you listening on YouTube or Facebook have somebody that you have dealt with in the past in these situations, please let us know.
You know what? You know what one of the problems might be on YouTube? I don't think we're on, we've logged into the Wi-Fi.
It's still on. It's still going strong.
Are we on Wi-Fi?
I don't know. I'm not checking it yet, though.
Yeah, don't do nothing.
I'm not touching nothing.
We got Sally watching. Don't want to mess that one up.
Right. Don't want to mess with that.
All right.
Dish does let you go month to month, so you don't have to have a contract.
Yeah, it's an a la carte deal.
That's great.
Which is really good.
And on YouTube, Alan.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, it just upped.
Okay. Good deal. All right, so for some reason, I'm not having, there's Matthew. I got Matthew right there. Maybe I have someone, okay, got it. Make sure, remember guys, we're giving away these t-shirts.
To our Facebook Live audience.
On our Facebook Live audience. we're giving away these T-shirts. Got Big Chief RV Resort on one side, the RV Show USA on the other side. These are heavy T-shirts, nice ones, aren't they, Jeff Branning? Aren't they, Steve Giano? And who else has won?
That's it.
No, there's a bunch of people have won.
Well, because the two last week never let us know.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to hang on till the end of the show to find out if you won. So make sure you hang on. You know,
not only that, they have to tell us that they won too.
They need to, but it starts out. You got to hang on till the end of the show. Now you can jump now. We don't want you to.
Nope. And come back later.
We're 20 minutes and 8 seconds. So
stay with us.
You know,
don't leave.
Hang with us till the end of the show, and then you can find out, because we've got some numbers in here. We're going to pick them. This is the Jeff Branning tumbler.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right.
Sally wants a shirt.
Steve likes his.
Where's my picture, Steve? Kind of, you know, do one of those things.
All right. All right.
All right, we got about 20 seconds, guys. Here we go. Dave with Sats.
TheRVShowUSA.com. Look over on the right side. Click, listen, practice, and call in. Toll free 1-855-296-7469.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, 21 minutes past the hour. I'm your host, Alan Warren, the RV guy, and on our guest line is Dave, the satellite guy with Sats to Go in Houston. Dave is breaking down the sometimes confusing topic of satellite TV systems for RVs into layman's terms. So, Dave, we're going to get into the do-it-yourselfers in just a bit, but first, if I were buying a new RV and the salesperson's trying to sell me a satellite TV system, or if I just went to the RV parts store maybe, wanted to buy one, in 2 minutes, tell me what to watch out for and maybe some of the do's and don'ts. Don't take more than two. Just kind of give me the do's and don'ts in 2 minutes.
Well, the first thing you want to find out is if it's going to be able to do high definition for the service provider. So, for example, Dish Network, you can do high definition on a dome system, but you're limited to one receiver. On DirecTV, you can do multiple receivers, but you're going to get only standard definition. So I would kind of quiz the guy as far as that goes. If you want, high definition, make sure the antenna that you're purchasing is going to support high definition.
Which one is better? I mean, Dish or Direct, or is that like asking what's the best tool to get? You know, a hammer or a pair of pliers? It depends on what you're doing with it.
Yeah, that's really, I mean, you really kind of got to narrow it down for the simple reason, like I was saying earlier, if you get somebody that, just camps out periodically and they have like maybe cable service at home and they just want to have some service on the weekends when they go out, or maybe they tailgate periodically, I would probably steer them towards the Dish Network pay-as-you-go program. Mm-hmm. If you got somebody that's already got DirecTV and they want to extend it out into their RV, I would try to keep them into the DirecTV. Personally, I prefer the DirecTV lineup. It's a higher satellite, and it's located straight south of Brownsville, Texas, so it's a little bit easier bird to be able to hit. This is Dish Network. Their satellites are basically located on the equator from El Paso all the way past California. So you have to have a wider window to be able to see all three of those satellites.
So trees and obstructions are going to hurt my service with the Dish Network? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, satellite is all line of sight. So if you can see the satellites, then you'll be able to get reception. But if you've got a tree or sometimes even a pole that's blocking that line of sight, you're not going to get reception from that satellite.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the installation process. If I were to hire you at Sats to Go to come out, whether it's to an RV dealership or even to my house, how long would it take you to install a satellite TV system?
Typically, me and my crew will do a typical install in about 3 to 4 hours. We do our installs a little bit different. There's a lot of people, if you go to my website, Sats to Go, you'll be able to see the different installations. We don't run cables across the roof lines. When we go out to do a service call, a lot of times we'll find that whoever installed it went ahead and just ran the coax cable and the data cables all across the roof line, and they might have hit like a tree or something like that and actually ripped the cables loose. So when we do an install, we go through and take the screws that come with the antenna, throw them away. We upgrade the screws all to stainless steel. We use a die-core sealer to make sure the antenna is sealed to the roof, and then also seal the screws. On our roof penetration, we also do some special things there, even down to the coax connections. We use a dielectric grease on the connection so moisture can't get in there and corrode the connections. Those are typically the problems that we run into when we have to go out and do a service call.
Okay, so you can do it in 3 to 4 hours. It may take me 3 or 4 weekends. I would invent a handful of new cuss words and be very frustrated, probably running back and forth to get new parts and things that I forgot.
Exactly. So what we do is we have kind of a fixed price. It includes the antenna, all the materials to do the install, and we show you how to even operate the system once it's done and stuff. So it's kind of a nice turnkey. There's no surprises at the end or anything else.
What are some of the mistakes that the do-it-yourselfer does? You talked about running the cables on the outside. Are there some other basic mistakes that, if somebody says, you know what, I'm not going to pay the money for SATs to go to do it, I'm just going to do it myself. What are some of the mistakes that you see most often?
Well, a lot of times when we get up there to pull off an antenna to do an upgrade or whatever the case might be, there was one of the manufacturers, and I don't want to mention their name, that was never putting any type of sealer underneath the feet going to the roof. They just put it on top of the mounting feet itself. So water was still getting underneath the mounting feet and getting into the roof line. When we got up on the roof, we had a soft roof. At that point, now you're looking at major reconstruction of the roof. The other thing we've ran into is the penetration of the cables that go into the roof. They won't put the faceplate the right direction. So instead of acting to defer the water, it's actually acting like a funnel, and it actually pumps the roof full of water. And I just had one of those about a week or so ago that they did all their connections under the roof, and they didn't seal it right, and the whole roof was just full of water, rotting everything. It shorted out the system is what ended up happening. So that's the kind of stuff you run into.
Yeah, that's just terrible. Now, folks, if you take a drive through an RV park and you're not familiar with these dome systems, you just take a drive around any RV park, you're going to see a bunch of them, these little domes, and they're sitting next to the RVs or sitting up on top of them. Dave, I want to know, what's inside the dome?
Basically, in the new antennas now, there's basically a round, it looks almost like a mixing bowl inside, and that's the part that actually picks up the satellite signal. We actually sell more of the high-definition antennas now. For example, DirecTV's high-definition with what they call SWIM technology. So, for example, you get to the park that you're going to be going to, you hit a button, the Traveler line guard antenna will raise up off the roof, lock onto the proper satellites, and you can have a DVR, for example, in the front room, and somebody else has a receiver in the bedroom. You can actually watch what's on the DVR in the bedroom through their whole home network system and stuff. So it's just like at your house when you're all done.
Hang on, I got a message from Jeff on Facebook Live. He said, can I pull off my in-motion wine guard small dish and replace it with a normal HD non-in-motion dish? Oh, hang on, and he asked, using the same wiring.
You can use the same coax as long as it's RG6. You will have to pull a separate data cable that comes with the line guard. It's an 8-pin or an 8-wire connector that has to be pulled in. That's actually the controller that actually operates the antenna and makes it goes up and down. You can actually use the same existing coax if it's in good, pliable condition yet. You will have to, retrofit some of your connections inside. So with the DirecTV SWIM system, there's going to be a signal injector, a little power inserter that has to go inside. It'll come with a splitter that has to be located somewhere in your system. But to answer your question, yes, you can use the same coax, but you are going to have to pull a separate data cable.
My eyes already in that last soundbite you gave, which was only about 45 seconds, began to kind of go back in the back of my head because all I want, Dave, I think I want what most people want. I just want it to work, and that's why I think it's well worth it to just pay SATs to go. Pay a professional to come out and do it.
Professional, that's right. So,
I mean,
hey, Alan, the other thing I wanted to kind of bring up is something new that we're really starting to sell a lot of them.
You got 30 seconds, Dave. We got to wrap it up pretty quick, so go.
We're able to deliver an HD signal now using the coach's coax cable. So instead of having to run HDMI cables throughout the whole coach, we have a device now. It's on my website, made by Pro Video, that will actually do that. You can deliver an HD signal to all your TVs inside without a lot of expense.
That is awesome. Now, I know you're going to be at the Houston RV Show through Sunday, so folks,
all week long.
If you want to know, if you're in the Houston area, you go by and see Dave at Sats to Go, and otherwise just go to Sats, S-A-T-S, the number 2, sats2go.com. Is that right?
That's correct. I appreciate it. Send me an email if you have any questions.
All right, Dave, I got to call it there, but I'll see you soon there in Houston. All right, folks, this is the RV Show USA. Be right back. Well, the Big Chief's gone crazy at Lake Buchanan with this great deal for radio.
Okay, am I wrong in saying I just want it to work? I don't have time. I mean, I don't have the skills, honestly. I don't have the skills to, I could probably figure it out and I'd drill a hole through the roof and I'd be paying for it for the rest of my life. I think people, you know, honestly, don't you just want stuff to work? I'm an old guy and I just want to get on with my life. You'll be an old guy too one day if you don't jump out the 12th floor window. All right, coming up, we're going to Colorado, boys and girls, for our destination of the week. Have you subscribed to our newsletter? If you haven't, take a minute and do so, because when you do, at the end of today's show, actually, next time we send out the newsletter, you're going to get a discount.
We're going to get you. We're going to have a 6-minute segment and then an 8-minute segment for you.
Yeah, you know, I sent him an email.
So, okay, very good. All right, so I'm going to put you on a brief hold, but we'll be with you in just a few moments. All righty? Thank you, sir. All right.
I don't know what I was saying, everybody, but
that's just a typical Wednesday.
Yep. So we're almost through. 30 more minutes. All right. So honestly, we got 2.5 more minutes. We're in a commercial break. Make sure that you post comments because you can win one of these T-shirts at the end of the show. So hang with us till the end of tonight's program, and hit the like button. Invite your friends to watch this thing.
So were you talking about the newsletter earlier, maybe?
Yes. Thank you. Mm-hmm. When you subscribe to our free online newsletter, we will, every week when we send out an email, when we have a feature destination like we do tonight, you'll get a coupon for a substantial discount. We also, if you travel in Texas, if you like, one of these travel guides, Texas RV Camping and Travel Guides, a 4-color magazine. It's gosh, it's 150 pages long with hundreds of different RV resorts and campgrounds in it, and a Super Saver card, lots of information and stories.
I got asked to show the shirt, so I showed the shirt.
And we will send you one for free.
I didn't even get it in frame. That's awesome.
Compliments of our friends at AGS Publications. So if you want one of these free things sent to you, free travel guides, subscribe to our newsletter. Takes you about a minute to do. The very last question is going to be, you want one?
And where do they go to do that?
The RVShowUSA.com. All right, just only one the RVShowUSA.com, and click on subscribe. Like I said, the very last question is going to ask if you want one of these. Our friends at Texas Campgrounds and AGS Publications produce this, and it will become your Bible, your reference guide to traveling in Texas, I promise you. All right, let's see. We got, who we have? We got Brad coming up next.
We do have Brad coming up next.
Brad. You got yours, Jeff? Good deal. Matthew, you got yours?
Matt got his.
You're going to see some mugs soon.
Besides just our 2 mugs.
Very soon. And they're beautiful mugs.
They're the greatest mugs ever.
What, these?
Well, this one right here, I'll tell you that much.
All right.
All right. What time do we have? What time do we have?
33, 34.
All right. Hang on, guys. We'll be right back. We're going to Colorado.
Move that camera. Don't move that Colorado.
Shush you.
The Colorado.
A drive from San Antonio, but the savings and the service you'll experience are well worth it. Connect with DeMontrond RV through our website, thervshowusa.com, thervshowusa.com, and click on Certified Dealers.
The RV Show USA.
It's Alan Warren, the RV guy, and another howdy to our new listeners in the Corpus Christi area listening to us on 1440 Keys. Glad y'all are with us. This is the country's #1 radio show about the RV lifestyle. We are in the home stretch of today's show, and for you folks if you like to go places, that's what we're doing right now. We're loading up the RV, and we're heading out west.
Big wheels straight ahead, never looking back. Big wheels, tail lights gonna fade to black. Big wheels, take me down that road tonight.
All right, before y'all take off your seatbelts, we have pulled up to another fabulous KOA campground. Now, this one is out in southeast Colorado at the little town of La Junta. And to welcome y'all to the area, here is the owner of La Junta KOA, Mr. Brad Patterson. Hey, Brad, thanks for having us.
How are you doing tonight, Alan?
We're doing great. Well, for those that are listening, can you give us a little virtual tour of your beautiful KOA, please? Hang on. Starting with, where is La Junta?
Well, it's exactly 1 mile from the middle of nowhere.
My kind of place.
If you're lost, stop by. We'll get you situated. Yeah, we're in southeastern Colorado. We're very close to the Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas borders, out in the great desert plains of Colorado.
And so the La Junta, I actually looked it up. I'm not very smart, but I found it at Google University. La Junta means the junction. It's the junction of what?
Well, the Arkansas Valley is the main part of the junction, and it's also just down the road from us, about 8 miles away, is Bent's historic fort, which was the major trading post on the Santa Fe Trail. And then also it's where the railroad comes through, the Southwest Chief, going from Chicago and out to Southern California. So it's kind of the junction of a number of historic and current travel routes.
You know, when I think about Colorado, in particular Colorado weather, I think of snow and the mountains, especially this time of year. Are y'all in an area that gets a lot of snow, or does the snow kind of get snowed out over in the mountains to the west of you before it gets to La Junta?
You know, generally we don't get a lot of snow. Probably I'm gonna guess maybe a foot a year on average. But typical of Colorado weather, you just never know. It changes all the time. We can get dumped on, and then we can also miss a lot. We are in the warmest part of Colorado, being in the southeast corner. The southwest corner is the high desert plateaus, and so it's much higher elevation, and so they get certainly much more snow than we do. But this year we're having a pretty mild winter, and we've not had a lot of precipitation, actually, but the whole state is suffering this year with that. But no, generally, we have campers coming through. We're open year-round. We have campers coming through every day, going different directions. Really unusual, something I guess I hadn't anticipated as an owner. We are definitely in the migratory path for the snowbirds in the fall and the spring as they head south to Arizona and Texas and New Mexico. And then I think there's the month of January is kind of no travel from the snowbirds, and then starting early February, we'll see people start heading back north.
Tell us, how old is y'all's KOA, and what will we find when we kind of take a stroll through your beautiful campground?
Well, the campground itself was built in the 50s. KOA was founded in 62, and this became a KOA in 69.
Wow.
And so it's been around a while, and seen a number of owners, and what you're going to find when you come through now is actually a lot of projects as being new owners, and that energy that I think in a lot of businesses new owners bring. You're seeing a lot of projects that we've been doing. We've replaced a lot of fence, upgrading our sites, adding lighting. We're bringing in fact, today we're working on some more cabins that we're bringing in. And also just really working on that hospitality aspect of making it a great experience for everybody that stays with us. We kind of view our campground as what we call it an oasis for the weary traveler. And to me, when you think oasis, you think water, you think green, you think kind of a nice relaxing spot. And so we've been planting a lot of trees. We have what's called the Crooked Arroyo that runs along one side of the campground, and it's a creek basically. And so we're working on putting a trail down there to give people. Once you get down in the arroyo, you kind of lose. You can be anywhere. You kind of lose that you're in a campground or in a community. And,
hey, Brad, you got to hang on.
Yeah.
We got to jump for a break. Brad,
Okay.
all right, folks, we have Brad Patterson on the RV Show USA guest line. He is the owner of a beautiful KOA campground in southeastern Colorado. They are our featured destination of the week. We're going to take a quick break, pick it up on the other side. Plus, we have a coupon for a super discount to the La Junta KOA that we're going to be sending to everybody that subscribes to our online newsletter. Be right back.
I want to take a minute and do a little bragging on my friends at PPL Motorhomes. You hear about PPL?
Yep.
Yes, it was. If I do say so myself.
Yep.
All right, I got a question. Anybody ever heard of La Junta? I never heard of La Junta before. But I looked it up, looked and saw, are there any myths or legends or any of that kind of stuff? You want the answer, don't you?
Sure.
Well, I ain't going to give it to you.
That's fine.
Ah.
No. Mm-mm. No. Just don't do it.
We got about 20 minutes and I'll be doing it.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
You'll be doing it on the other side of that door.
Hey, well, we want to thank y'all for being with us tonight. We appreciate it. We do this every Wednesday night. This is the country's #1 radio show up at the RV Lifestyle. What?
Your wife said no.
No. Lisa, you. Anyway, this show that we do every Wednesday is actually a syndicated radio show. Y'all get to see it on Facebook. We produce it in the Salem Media Group. This is the San Antonio Salem station affiliate. We produce it here. It is syndicated nationally. This show will run on Saturday and Sunday, but we do not run any commercials on Facebook or on YouTube. They won't let us. Actually, we think we might be able to get away with it for a while, but when they find out we've done it, and so we're not going to take that chance. We hope you'll take a minute, like this video, like our page, and maybe even hit the share button. If you're an RVer, we welcome you every single week. We have great guests, great destinations, wonderful topics. Last hour was a perfect example with Sisters on the Fly. If you missed it, you need to catch the podcast. It was amazing. We're at 42 minutes. We have 2 more minutes. All right. So something's wrong with my internet service. I don't know what it is. I'm seeing stuff go across the screen.
I think it's user error.
Nope. Can't be. RV thought for the night. Ooh, David, that don't sound good.
No.
Submerge your fishing reel in the coastal sand and bring it to your tackle rod guy and expect miracles. And I know you didn't do that, but somebody brought it to you. Hiya, Sandy. How you doing? There's Melissa.
Yep.
Used an executive chef. Oh, so she's been to La Junta a lot, she said. Cool.
And Sally's going to have to catch the podcast.
Okay. Sally Stromberg?
Yep.
Sally, Maurrie was awesome. She's amazing. And we're going to, I don't think anybody even answered me. What would y'all think about us doing a full hour, an open line time? Where Sisters on the Fly, we're going to keep it to women RVing. They don't have to be Sisters on the Fly, but
they could be Sisters on the Try.
Yeah. We got less than a minute. You be quiet. But I'm thinking about having a whole hour just with women. Women with camping stories, and if you've traveled, some of these women, I mean, they're pretty tough, and they are adventurous, and they're independent. And you guys out there that think that all women need to, they're clingy. Okay, I won't say anymore. All right, y'all get ready. Here we go. Receive coupons for a free night stay at our featured destinations. Would you like to be automatically entered to win any of the RV gear that we give away? Just subscribe to our free e-newsletter. Grab your cell phone now, text the word GEAR to 38470. That's GEAR, G-E-A-R, GEAR to 38470.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
For many of our new listeners tuned into radio stations, if you'd like to join our live broadcast of the RV Show USA, it's really easy to do and a lot of fun watching us do the show live. Grab your cell phone, text the word GEAR to 38470. You'll receive an immediate bounce-back message, and then every week, right when we start the live broadcast, you'll get a text notification and a link. So all you got to do is click on that link right there. Again, the word is GEAR, G-E-A-R, GEAR. The number is 38470. So let's get back to today's feature destination in southeast Colorado, the La Junta KOA. And Brad, what's it like owning and running an RV park campground? What did you do before you bought this KOA?
Well, I was in transportation, primarily public transportation, for about 20 years. I've owned a couple businesses prior to that, and really had a varied career, and I think that's very helpful in running a campground because you're going from maintenance to customer service, problem solving, taking care of the finances, doing your marketing, and I really like the variety. And like any job, 9 out of 10 people are wonderful. 9 days out of 10 are great days, and you power through, those other situations as best you can. And then, even though we're open year-round, it's one of the things that, an eye-opener for us. Vacation has always been July and August, and, we head north to Montana or Minnesota or something. Well, own a campground, and now vacation becomes January, December, January, February, and you head south. So we're getting used to that, but we like it. And we got a great team here, and really like what we're doing with the campground.
So you're an actual RVer yourself. You're not just some rich owner that has somebody else run the place. The owner actually works there at the KOA. What a novel idea.
Yeah, my wife as well as 2 of our boys work here full time, and it's a family. It's definitely a family atmosphere that we're trying to set here. And yeah, we've camped all of our lives, so we enjoy. And the biggest part is just the people you meet from all over the country, all over the world, and their travels and hearing their stories, and just lots of great memories that are created all the time.
What is it like as the owner, the guy? I guess I would call you an enabler in a good way. To know that you seriously, you look at these families that come, and they most people don't spend much time together as a family anymore. But when they come to the La Junta KOA, and you can sit back and say, you know what, they're at my place, and I'm helping them have these great memories. That's got to be wonderful for you and your wife.
Yeah, we really enjoy it. And one of the events that we started, we've been here just about 2 years, and we started right away. Is on Fridays and Saturdays, which are our busiest times of the week. We do what we call a fire and ice event, which is a fire and ice cream social, and those have been really fun to have families come over, singles, couples. Sit around the campfire, get a big scoop of ice cream for next to nothing, and listen to their stories and talk about their adventures on the road and what they've done, and just that sharing, kind of makes a mini community for that time, and people have really enjoyed that, and it's always a treat to hear people's stories.
If my family and I came to stay at the La Junta KOA campground for a few days, we're looking for stuff to do in the area. What are 2 or 3 places that you would suggest that we go to, and why?
Well, if you're going to be able to be here for 2 or 3 days, the dinosaur tracks in Picket Wire Canyon, it's about 15 miles south of town. It's the largest collection of dinosaur tracks in North America, possibly the world. And these tracks are huge, and they're in a riverbed. And it's a little bit of a hike or mountain bike ride to them, but it's well worth it. In a beautiful setting, and just to walk in a dinosaur's tracks where dinosaurs walked a long time ago is pretty cool.
I saw that on the internet. I was just amazed. I had no idea Picket Wire Canyonlands even existed until I found it by knowing you.
Yeah, and it's in my opinion, unfortunately, one of the best kept secrets. I wish when Jurassic Park came out, 20 years ago, that they, it could have been a huge promotion for us down here. But that's a spectacular place. And then in town, there's the Koshari Indian Museum at Otero Junior College. It's the Koshari Kiva, it's a dance hall, and a great collection of Native American art. And the Kiva itself has the largest log roof, self-supporting log roof of any structure in North America. And it's really impressive. You walk in and look at this roof, and it's all these huge logs put together to form a roof there, and then just a spectacular collection of art. And then they do Native American dances from time to time year-round. And then the third item I would say, particularly if you're able to be here in August, September, just down the road, Rocky Ford is the melon capital of definitely of Colorado, certainly the region. Watermelon, cantaloupe, just all kinds. I was not aware of all the varieties of melons that are out there.
Hey, I want to jump in because we only have about probably 45 seconds for you to answer this question, but I know that you're a KOA, and KOA campgrounds are consistently very well taken care of. What kinds of things do you and your staff do to ensure that your guests have a great stay?
Well, cleanliness is next to godliness, and so every staff member is instructed no piece of trash is too small to pick up. And so we keep the campground, we try and keep it immaculate. We try and answer questions, go out to people, help them with their rigs, help them get situated. Just a real high-level guest service. And the number one thing I look for with my staff is that they're friendly, they've got big smiles and outgoing people, and they like to be with people. And so I think those things are the main things. And people have an issue, we want to hear about it, we want to take care of it.
Well, I am so grateful that you took the time to be with us today, and thank you for providing the coupon for our listeners. I appreciate that, too.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity that you provided for us, and it's a pleasure to be on the show.
Awesome. All right, you take care, Dave. We'll talk to you. Or Brad, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the previous guest. All right, this is the RV Show USA. Brad, thanks so much. We'll have a link on our site to yours. Say, how would you like us to send you a good-looking Camp Casual coffee?
So disrespectful.
Yep.
I do apologize, everybody, and I apologize, Brad. That is the most disrespectful, one of the most disrespectful things to call somebody the wrong name. So,
have you had a lot of experience with that in your life, sir?
I haven't. All right, Lucy, when I get home tonight, what I want, she's watching, I'm sure. His name is Brad Patterson. He's got a beautiful place. It's La Junta KOA. We've got a link to him on our website. If you subscribe to our newsletter, we're going to send you a coupon for a substantial discount so you can stay there with him. KOA, they are top-notch.
I don't know if he'll let you stay with him, but he'll let you stay at the park.
Them. All right, we're going to close it out in this next segment. Then we're going to pick out our winners.
For Facebook's.
Brad, great interview. Thanks for being on the show. Yes, Lisa.
Thanks, Lucy. Oh, hey, Lisa.
Thanks, Lucy. Linda. Larry.
Oh, Larry.
Whatever. You got to stop making the fun now.
God.
Stop it. All right.
Who's Larry?
Maybe not. You got that pork sandwich ready for me when I get home?
Oh, I think there's going to be a cow patty sandwich ready for you when you get home.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Show us your phone setup, please. I don't know what you mean.
Here, hand me my phone.
It's a telephone.
No, hand me my phone, please.
Yes. All right, we got 1 minute to go. There's a setup. Oh.
No.
All right. So you can answer. All right. 1 minute to go, kids.
All right, so I'm plugging back in now.
Sorry the host flub, but nice interview, Brad. Yeah. I mean, as soon as I said it.
Rentals.net. Do you need accommodations for a business trip during the week? Visit TexasCabinRentals.net. With hundreds of cabin and cottage listings all around Texas, www.TexasCabinRentals.net is your source for campground accommodations.
Well, the Big Chief's gone crazy at Lake Buchanan with this great deal for radio listeners looking for a fun, quick, and affordable getaway. Come to Big Chief RV and Cabin Resort on Lake Buchanan. Stay for one night, get the second night free. This offer's even good for our super clean, fully furnished on-the-water cabins. Pay for one night, get the second night free. Make your reservation today at BigChiefRVResort.com.
The RV Show USA.
All right, so next week is Valentine's Day. We're going to try and do something a little bit special. Not exactly sure what, but we're going to try and come up with something kind of fun. Most likely, it'll just be for those who catch our live streaming broadcast, and y'all can do that now two different ways. First, you can watch us on Facebook every single week. When you do, you have an opportunity to not only chat with us back and forth in the studio during the commercial breaks, but you'll be able to win some great prizes as well. So if you're a Facebooker, like our page in the Facebook search bar, type in 4 words, The RV Show USA, that's us. Give us a like, and we'll send you a bump every time we go live. Now, for those who don't do Facebook, but you watch YouTube videos, we are simulcasting our live stream on our YouTube channel. Yes, we are. And today's show it's actually our very first broadcast on YouTube, so we hope that everybody will go to YouTube, look for the RV Show USA, and hit the subscribe button. I'll tell you, about 30 minutes into the show, we lose the camera, and I think it's pointing towards the ceiling. So anyway, all right, before we close out the show, I definitely need to let y'all know that we have some of these 2018 Texas RV travel and camping guides that we can send you, like 150 pages, 4-color magazine. Hundreds of great RV parks and campgrounds in Texas are listed, along with things to do, a Super Saver card, a whole lot more. If you RV in Texas, you plan on RVing in Texas, or you think you might want to RV and camp in Texas, you will want one of these travel guides, I promise you. They're compliments of our friends at AGS Publications. And all you got to do is subscribe to our free online newsletter. The very last question is going to be, hey, you want one of these travel guides? Just click yes, and it will be on its way. Y'all know the website, right? TheRVShowUSA.com. All right, let's see. We got the Houston RV Show, runs through Sunday. I hope everybody in the Houston area comes out and says howdy. We'll be hanging out in the PPL Motorhomes booth with RV Nana. When we're not there, you're going to find us over at the DeMontron RV area checking out that Tiffin Allegro coach. It's all tricked out with the latest in RV security systems and monitoring stuff. Very, very cool to see such state-of-the-art technology that is now available for RVers. And you will only find it at DeMontron RV in the Houston RV Show. They're at the NRG Center. We hope you all will come by and say hello. I want to thank our great guests today. Sister number 1, Maurrie Sussman with Sisters on the Fly. Our friend at Sats to Go, Dave, for helping us understand satellite TV systems for RVs. And our buddy Brad Patterson at the Junta KOA in southeast Colorado. Y'all can connect with any or all of our guests on our website. We sure hope you will. And a special thanks to each and every one of y'all for listening. It's folks like you who have helped make the RV Show USA become the country's #1 radio show about the RV lifestyle. We are so grateful for your support. Until next time, I'm Alan Warren, the RV guy, reminding you that we are the only radio show that spells the word love as T-I-M-E. Yep, we spend that time with those we care about, enjoying the RV lifestyle. We'll catch you in a minute on Facebook. Goose, get the boys together and y'all get us out of here.
The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today. Come on, America. Let's hit the road. So many things to see, so many places to go. Freedom and fun go hand in hand when you're rolling in your RV across this great land. So buckle up now. What do you say? The RV Show USA. Start living the RV dream today.
All right, let's go now. My mic's hot, yes? My mic is hot, so Facebook's hearing us.
And YouTube is
And YouTube is too. We got to say goodbye to our YouTube people. Thank you all so much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join us next Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. Central Time. You Facebookers, hang on, because we're going to give away a couple of T-shirts here in just a second, all right? We good? We good. We're not good. See, you don't even know how to hit the button. I told you, it's hard to find that button there. Okay, here we go. This is the Jeff Branning tumbler. We're going to get us a real official tumbler, but there's a whole bunch of numbers. Here's the deal. This is going to be a little bit confusing if two of us speak, so I'm going to tell you this. In just a minute, we're going to stop this broadcast. You can stop.
I really can't.
No, you need to. All right, because I'm trying to give away stuff.
Would you like to talk into a microphone?
Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. All right. In just a minute, we're going to stop this broadcast. If you'll come back and click on it, hit real-time comments. All right, go to real-time comments. And here's what we're looking at. I've got two numbers here I'm going to show. And anybody, whoever posted a comment that was closest to these two numbers right here, you see them? Go to real-time comments. Whoever posted a comment closest to these two numbers without going over, you send me a note. We're going to get you a T-shirt. All right? So jump back on. We're going to close this thing out. Remember, come back on, hit real-time comments, and look for these numbers. Write them down. Write them down. See them?
And for those of you who are with us for the entire Sisters on the Fly interview, that's great. Those numbers are going to really work out for you.
Yeah, because this was hour number one, obviously. So whoever got the closest comment, posted the closest comment without going over, y'all are our winners. Thanks so much for being with us. We do appreciate it. We hope that you will like our page, subscribe to our email newsletter, and tell your friends about us. Until next week, I'm Alan Warren, the RV guy, and thanks for a little bit of a bumpy flight, but we had a good time, didn't we? Yeah, kind of. Hang on just a second. You better turn it off.